can you please give me your favorite thing about America in your best American accent?
Oh, okay. Um,
Surely you've been practicing it with the missus.
my favorite thing about America is the way they know how to market their brands. Let's just say that.
That's good. That's pretty good. I could see you being a, Cali type. You look kind of skater dude, Cali, Venice maybe. You
Yeah,
do.
Venice. Venice.
I see it. I see it. G'day and welcome to the Big Down Under podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton and this is the final episode of season 1. We're about 30 episodes in. We'll take a little break, contact Nicole Kidman and Hugh Jackman, and we'll get right back to it. But this episode, we got Stefan Torres, who's like a food critic, food cook. He's a very interesting guy. I went home from this interview and I told my wife, I really relate to this guy more than just about anyone I've interviewed. There's something about him. He's really raw and authentic, and he tells it like it is, even if it's uncomfortable. And I think that's why he's been so successful, honestly. He went home one day as a 31-year-old and didn't know what to do with his life. He had kids, he had negative money in his bank account, and he filmed himself making himself breakfast. And it went kind of viral. And so he made himself breakfast again. And then he started just making himself, mostly it looks like to me, like recreating fast food, like Big Macs or KFC or some American ones like Chick-fil-A and Taco Bell and that sort of stuff. And that just it's propelled him. And so in the last year, 18 months, he has just been killing it. He's got hundreds of thousands of followers. He comes to America. So most of his followers are American, actually, even though he's an Aussie guy. Comes to America and does all these food reviews here. But he's just honest. And I really liked Stefan. I really did. So coming up is our episode with Stefan Torres. And at the end, we'll have This Week Down Under and discuss some of the breaking news that's happened down under this week. But enjoy the last episode of season 1 with a cooking legend, Stefan Torres. You've said, and I quote, American food sucks.
Yeah, American food is, in comparison to Australia's quality, it sucks. Like Australia's quality, I mean, you grew up in Australia, obviously. Whereabouts did you grow up?
Canberra.
Okay, well, that's not a good, that's the, no one even knows. It's our capital. No one knows anything about it.
Dude, you ask any American, what's the capital of Australia? 0%.
Sydney.
0% will know the answer. Yeah, that's Sydney, Melbourne.
They'll say Sydney. Yeah, which makes no sense. But the quality of the food is terrible. It's amazing when you're eating it, but like half an hour after, when you got like the sorest gut and you're shitting your brains out, it's not good. But yeah, I mean, I've had some really good food in LA, and I've had some really, really bad food experiences. And I think because of what I do, I go around eating and stuff like that, I see it a lot more than what everyone else does. Like everyone else that goes to LA on holidays will just go to like the hot spots and be like, oh, it was really good. And then it's like, you didn't try everything. But I say it about Gold Coast. Like I live in the Gold Coast. You've been to the Gold Coast. There is nothing good here on the Gold Coast. It is trash. The food here is literal trash. And it's funny because the only good places that we have here to eat on the Gold Coast are owned by Melburnians.
Oh, Melbourne. Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
So what's the worst thing you ate when you're in LA then?
Oh, In-N-Out fries.
In-N-Out fries.
In-N-Out fries are by far the most disgusting. It's cardboard.
Yeah.
It's straight cardboard.
Yeah.
But the burgers are decent, but I don't get the hype. And I've said this before. America, I love going to America because they know how to market themselves so fucking well. Am I allowed to say fuck?
Please.
Okay, sick. They know how to market themselves so fucking well, way better than Australia. Like if we
Yeah.
had that type of marketing in our sports, in our food, in our culture, everything, Australia would be unbeatable at this point.
Hey, that's facts,
Because
bro.
like straight up, it would be unbeatable. But because America knows how to market a piece of shit, they just like
True
it's
though.
just crazy.
True.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. And like I remember going to Chick-fil-A, which I don't mind Chick-fil-A. I love the sandwiches, but I remember, the first time I went to Chick-fil-A and everyone was like raving on about it, like, oh, dude, you got to go to Chick-fil-A. And I would see it online and everything like that. And the hype, I was so excited. And then I had it and I was like, dude, how did they do this to me?
Marketing.
Like, that is insane. So going over there was so important for me to learn how to market not only myself, but also a brand, right?
Mm.
That was like the biggest thing. And that was the biggest takeaway for me.
Yeah, because just banging on the In and Out point, like In and Out has the reputation around here as the best fast food in America. It has that reputation. Chefs
Yeah,
say it even. And
I
look,
know.
I couldn't agree with you more about the fries. I don't even know, like, how do you have such a successful burger chain and your fries? I throw them out. Like they're
Yeah.
so bad, and I don't know how you get to be that successful. When I mean, well, I guess you have to look like the president of
I don't
America.
know.
The president of America is the best salesman in America too, and I guess that like that's just the country it is.
I don't know how you get fries that bad
Mm.
because I've tried to get my fries to be that bad. Like
To
I know
replicate,
that, yeah, I know their method. They literally just like cut them straight into the fryer. And it's like, all right, let me try this. Cut them straight into the fryer. No, I'm still not getting that. Like, okay, you've had 2 minute noodles. You've had 2 minute noodles. You've eaten them out of the pack,
love it,
right?
love ramen and that sort of stuff.
But that's what it tastes like. If
Mm.
you could get that in a chip form, it tastes like,
Oh, true.
the 2 minute Maggi noodles.
True. Well, then what American food that you tried, or even just like, what are they doing over here in food that we could transplant over to Australia?
Uh, Marketing. Like just straight up the marketing. Are you talking about like what you guys put in your food and
Well, let me give you an
well,
example. Say in Australia, when you walk along the street, any street, you'll see these fast food, basically sushi rolls, where you can get a hand
yeah,
rolled sushi. You buy it, you walk along and you eat it like a sandwich. That's everywhere in
yeah,
Australia. So
yeah,
popular. I never see it here in America. And I'm like, that would work so well, so easily over here. Is there
yeah,
anything
yeah,
the
yeah.
other way that you think like they do something and I think we could do it well over in Australia too?
Um, maybe the cost of food would be a start.
What, cheaper or more
Um,
expensive?
way more cheap. Like, dude, the food in America is so fucking cheap. Like
Mm.
here, it's ridiculous. I don't know when's the last time you came to Australia, but it is so expensive to eat here. Like you go to McDonald's and you're spending nothing short of $20 for a meal.
Is that why
And
you
it's
started making your own McDonald's? Like that's a lot of what you do is replicating fast food you try.
no, no, my whole it wasn't because I couldn't like I didn't want to pay for it because I still will. Even at my brokest points where I'm on, Centrelink and stuff, I'll spend all my Centrelink on fast food. You know what I mean? Like I don't give a shit. But no, it was I knew there was a way that I could blow up quickly doing fast food renditions because everyone loves fast food. And I knew if I could target the American audience, it's a bigger audience for me.
Mm.
Whereas if I was making Vegemite fucking scrolls or Vegemite sandwiches, I'm only targeting a small portion of the world. And for me, it was like, okay, what do I want to do right now? I want to blow the fuck up. So I went and I did that. And fast food was kind of like my thing. And I did a Chick-fil-A sandwich and that blew up. And then I was like, okay, perfect. Now I've got fast food renditions. Um, and then that turned into celebrity um, uh, like foods and everything like that. So I've always found a way to kind of like what's not trending, but what's people looking for at the end of the day. Do you get what I'm saying?
I
Like, I don't
do.
really look for the trends. Like, I have done a couple of trending foods. Like, my partner will be like, oh, try this, it's trending. And I'm like, I don't really want to do a trending food. I want to do something that is kind of timeless in a sense, that people are always going to consistently look up, not just look up for, the next 30 days and then no one's looking at it again. So I'm still getting views from foods that I did a year ago.
Right.
And I'm
I
talking
like
like,
that.
yeah. So that's the way I kind of like to swerve it. And that's why I do fast food renditions.
Because
And I guess, yeah,
go on, go on.
you could say, it was, it helps people make it at home. But at the end of the day, truthfully speaking, it is so much more expensive to make it at home
True.
than what it is to go and buy it, because you got to buy all the herbs, the spices, the oils,
Mm.
all that sort of stuff. That costs a lot of money and time. Yeah, it's expensive.
Are you saying time is in the herb or?
Time is in time on your watch.
Gotcha.
On
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because KFC and that sort of stuff, that's the secret herbs and spices. So I don't know how you replicate that.
I'm one of the only people on earth to know what the secret herbs and spices are.
Wow. Can you elaborate?
I can't speak too much on it.
The
I can't speak
colonel's
too much.
already got to you and said, "Don't let that
You've
out."
you've been frozen for the past 5 minutes.
Have I
Like, you're
really?
straight up. Yeah, I hope it's not frozen on your
It's
end.
not.
And
It's not.
okay, perfect.
I want to
Perfect.
ask you this then, because you could be a case study in like how to make it as an influencer. Because I know, like, a year and a half ago, you were basically figuring out what you want to do with your life. You had zero
Yeah.
followers. You didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And basically you got home one day and made lunch or made breakfast and that blew up and you're like, okay, this is me now. And since
Yeah.
then, it's just like you've gone from strength to strength. So if we could bottle like what you came up with in that moment and what you've done since, that tonic would be worth a lot of money, I think.
You'll be successful. I talk about the two C's
Okay.
in social media, and it's controversy and consistency. If you can master those, you're sweet.
I like that.
Right. And I think, and it's not talking about controversy in the sense where you're doing real negative stuff, but finding your little niche in controversy is really good. Like, for me, it was swearing, or it was acting like a prick, you
Right.
know?
You're a guy's
Or
guy. You're a guy's guy cooking. And I agree with you. I think maybe that lane hadn't been explored as much before. You're on there, hey, how the fuck you going? We're going to fucking do this. And like, your audience must be a lot of lads sort of like cooking, trying to class up their meals.
it's actually more women
Is that right?
than, yes, yeah, it's more women. For obvious reasons, of course. No, but no. So, like, I created this character online, and I'm not really like I share it all the time, and I don't really give a fuck. I tell people I'm not like that online, and when people meet me on the streets, I'm not like that in real life. And when people meet me on the streets, like, one of the first things they say is like, "Dude, you're actually really nice. So you're actually a really genuine guy." I'm like, do you think I walk around swearing and being a piece of shit? No, it's just it's a character that I built based
Good.
on, I was looking at these cooking videos when I started, and it was all these like intricate details of being virtually a chef. And it's like they had 20 different knives and all these different pans. And I was like, no one has that shit.
Yeah.
No one has that shit. There's no comfortability in watching this for me right now, because I can't replicate that. Okay, let's cook the way everyone else cooks. I've got one pan. Right. I
Mm.
remember at the start, I was frying on my fry pan. I was deep frying on my fry pan because I didn't have a big pot, right? I had
Were
no
you a
money.
cook? Were you like a cook or a chef before this, or did you just decide
No.
this is my lane now?
Nah, dude.
That's
I didn't
crazy.
my okay, so I had no idea. I had no money. I had no money. I was like broke as you get. Um, I've got kids. I couldn't pay rent. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And I remember I came home from gym. I was stressing out. I was pacing up and down the kitchen, and I was like, I'm just going to post what I eat for breakfast. And I posted what I ate for breakfast, like as in cooking it and everything like that, and it got like I think like 80,000 views. And I was like, oh, cool. I got something here. So the next day I did the same thing, did something else. But the way I was doing it was like, I'm going to make it look chaotic, like what it really is in the kitchen. You know, it's messy, it's dirty, there's a lot of stress going on and blah, blah. There's mistakes. Like,
Mm,
I love making mistakes.
mm,
I posted a video yesterday, today, where I was doing, what was I doing? Orange chicken wings, right?
mm.
And when I was making them, I put olive oil instead of sesame seed oil. And I was like, I straight up said it. I fucked up. I put olive oil. I show those things because that's reality, right?
Right.
That's really what happens. It's not like, oh, let's make it look perfect. It's not, that's not the reality of shit. And I think that's what kind of made me stand out from everyone else. And that's what kind of made me kind of keep growing so quickly.
Yeah, I think so too. You offer something different. You're an authentic guy. You're clearly sort of wiser than, you know, I would have thought, because for you to come up with all of these concepts and feel like leaning into mistakes, and that's kind of like, that's an evolved way of content creating, even though you've only been doing it, what is it, 18 months now or something like that?
Well, I had prior to this, I had uh like I had like a TikTok account where I was posting with my ex, and we were doing couples content, like she would play pranks on me and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I kind of gathered what people wanted in doing that. But also, like, I've always kind of had the gift of the gab, like just knowing what I should be doing in that sort of aspect. And I always knew what I wanted to do, in the sense of like, I always wanted to be a creator. I always wanted to be a celebrity and all this sort of stuff. Not that I'm there yet, but that's always been my goal since I could walk. So I always knew kind of how to entertain people in that sense.
Very interesting. I wanted to talk about, I know you've had addiction issues throughout your life.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
and
I've got a current one. It's called food.
is that right? Would you say that food is an addiction for you now?
Yeah, so when I started these videos, I was a real fitness freak. I was running 20 kilometers every day, which you guys know it's half marathon every morning, and I was going to gym, and food got the best of me again. I grew up fat, so I grew up big and addicted to food, and now I'm like on this diet I've been for the past few days, and dude, I'm fucking starving. Like I am starving.
I bet.
But yeah, no, I've got a very addictive personality. So I find like I can get addicted to things really quick. And as I grew older, instead of kind of cutting that out of my life, I was like, okay, that's a superpower to me. How can I utilize that now and get addicted to the right things? Which for me
Mm.
now, it's like it's addicted to the growth and the success and everything like that and the money. So yeah, and yeah,
I mean, I think yeah, I've got a very addictive personality too. And I like your sort of philosophy that, that's who you are, good or bad. And you can use that and steer yourself in the right directions. Like I actively try to make myself addicted to things that will be good for me rather than addicted to things that
yeah,
might not be good for me.
yeah, yeah,
Like even like I try to make myself as addicted as possible to content creating. Because if that's
yeah,
my outlet for my like, okay, always on my mind, need to finish this thing, that's at least that's productive and could, get me somewhere. Whereas like the
yeah,
alternative is, substances or
yeah.
money related stuff. And so do you try to steer your addictive personality into things that won't be detrimental?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, at the moment, I vape and stuff. That's something I
Right.
picked up in California.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's probably the hardest thing to kick. But
So hard, bro.
um,
I'm addicted to that too.
oh, okay, perfect. So we're all. I think, yeah, I don't know. It was something that I picked up in California, and I just haven't been able to kick. But balance. There's balance in everything. I don't look at it as a bad thing right now. I just enjoy it, and as long as I'm healthy on other ways, I'm good. But yeah, I think that about everything. Like everyone's got a superpower. Like I got a friend who's got ADHD, and he's taking pills for it, and he hasn't been the same ever since. But before it, he was like the most creative person, and it's
Mm.
like why don't you utilize it, for the right reasons instead of, kind of suppressing it? So yeah.
I like that. You're dating an American now?
Yeah. So I have
Wow.
I have a Californian local.
Who's living with you on the Gold Coast, Australia?
Yes, she's just moved
Wow.
here. Yeah, yeah.
How'd you meet her and how's she finding it?
Uh, how did I meet her?
Like, did you meet her when you're over
Um,
here?
no,
Okay.
no, no. I met her a while back. I met her a few years ago. But she's loving it here. She's loving it. It's an adjustment, and I can understand that because I spent over 6 months in LA last year, and Australians say that we're a free country, and then you go to America and you're like, okay, no, they're legitimately a free country.
What do you
Like,
mean?
well, there's abilities to do so much more over there, whereas here we got stricter laws. Like, there's a lot of things stopping us from doing. Like, dude, over there you can go and open up a cart and start selling elotes on the fucking side of the road,
True.
and you're sweet. Whereas here,
Everywhere I go, tamales, you know what I mean? That sort of stuff
and it's
everywhere. I love
but
it.
the thing is, the culture is fucking amazing. Whereas here, it's like you need a permit for this, and then you got to pay this tax, and you got to pay this, and and it's like there's no real culture, right? And I feel like we're losing that. Well, we haven't really had it. And I think that those kinds of things she misses, like, she misses those kinds of things. Um, and yeah, so many more road rules. She can't stand all the speed cameras and stuff. She didn't see a speed camera until she moved here.
Right.
And I didn't realize how many rules and policies and laws we have here until I went over there. And I was like, dude, like, that's a free country, But Australia in turn has, its good and its bad things as well. So
Now,
yeah.
now, can you give me your best? Can you please give me your favorite thing about America in your best American accent?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Um,
surely you've been practicing it with the missus.
yeah, well, some people think I am American because of the way I talk, which is
Okay.
strange. But okay, my favorite thing about America is the way they know how to market their brands. Let's just say that.
That's good. That's pretty good. I could see you being a Cali type. You look kind of skater dude, Cali, Venice maybe. You
Yeah,
do.
Venice. Venice.
I see it. I see it. What do you think about Outback Steakhouse and Foster's and other American brands grifting off Australia?
Uh, I went to Outback Steakhouse closed down, didn't it?
No, I don't believe so.
Yeah, I heard they were closing down, or they closed down one of the places we went to. Yeah, so we went to Outback Steakhouse. It is nothing. It is not Australian. Like, there's nothing on there that's like that was like, oh, this is really Australian. And I say that in the sense of like, because I don't know, like I feel like we've only here in Australia, we've only got the meat pie, but then again, you look at that and that's not really Australian either.
Is it not
That's like,
English or
well, no,
something?
I feel like New Zealand's kind of taken the cake with that one.
Wow.
Lamingtons, they're not Australian.
True.
Pavlova, like all the things that we grew up with, they're not really Australian. So it's like, well, what is, kangaroo tail and stuff, I guess.
Most of our like big celebrity actors were born elsewhere too.
Yes, yeah, 100%. Yeah, of course.
So I'm a lot of
But
okay, so you don't mind that about America, that they're sort of like calling it, this is bloomin' onion. Every Aussie eats these.
nah, it's like I think it's funny. Yeah, that the other thing, that was the first time I ever seen a blooming onion.
Right,
When I went there, I was like, "What the fuck is this? A blooming onion? I've never even heard of this."
right.
But apparently it's Australian. But then again, we don't really have anything that is Australian. There's no real Australian food.
Vegemite. It's got to be Vegemite.
It's behind you, and
I
I'm
know.
just like, do you like Vegemite?
I love Vegemite. You don't.
Okay, I like Vegemite like scrolls. Like, you
Okay.
know, the ones you can get from Coles and stuff like
Yeah,
that, or
yeah, yeah.
Baker's Delight.
Mm-hmm.
I like Vegemite scrolls like that. But no, not like just straight out of the jar
Well,
and
who
stuff.
likes
No
it
way.
straight out of the jar, mate?
Oh,
Like,
dude. Yeah, no, I know some people that eat it like that, and it's just like, nah. I
see,
didn't grow up with it. So I
that's
grew up
it.
in
That's it in a
a
nutshell. Yeah.
South I grew up in a South American household in Australia, and my parents were like, they never even knew what Vegemite was, so they weren't about it.
It takes growing up in it. See, I've doing a case study with my two daughters. One
Yeah.
is nearly 5, and I didn't give it to her when she was like a baby, and now she's like any classic American with the yuck, that's disgusting. But
Wait,
I'm
so where are you getting it?
You can buy it in the supermarket here. You can buy it in the supermarket over here. So I go to the supermarket, get
Mm,
my Vegemite, but my baby, I'm giving it to her, early enough that she can't say no. And now,
okay.
like, my little baby loves it. And I just think if you give people Vegemite when they're too young to say no, then when they're
Yeah.
old enough, they'll always say yes. It's a
Yeah,
weird thing about it.
don't give him a choice.
Don't give them a choice. That's right. That's right. Vegemite is a weird, divisive food, though, that
Yeah,
we
yeah.
love, they hate. I just can't wrap my head around how that comes about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the best thing we've got coming out of Australia is Tim Tams by far.
Is that it? Just a chalky biscuit?
Yeah, I think Tim Tams are nothing beats a fucking Tim Tam. Like when I was in LA, that was the one thing I missed. And I remember going to I went to Vons. Vons have Tim Tams, but
Really?
they're not the same. They don't taste the same. They're branded exactly the same, but they don't taste the same. But the one place that I found that had the ones that were Tim Tams was there's a cafe in LA right around the corner from Fairfax, and it's a Melbourne cafe.
Mm.
I don't know what it's called, but it's like it's based on Melbourne.
There's so many Australian cafes and like people. There's so many Aussies who live over here in
Dude,
LA.
they love Australians in LA.
Oh
That
yeah.
was one thing I really loved about America, how much they really love LA. How much they really love Australians. Whereas it's kind of the other way around here. Like in Australia, I don't know why, but in Australia, they don't take Americans too well. They're not very inviting to Americans, which
Mm.
I don't really agree with, but
It's just a
it
big
is.
brother type thing. It's like America has always had this, we're number one. And so I think that a lot of people in different parts of the world and in Australia where we have like tall poppy syndrome, it's like, oh,
Oh yeah,
you think you're number one? Okay, we don't think you're anything then. It's kind of
yeah.
like that, I think.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's a massive thing that we suffer here so much is tall poppy syndrome. That's like, is that why you got out? Like, why did you leave? Like, what was your catalyst to leave?
I wasn't, my poppy wasn't growing from the ground at all before I left. And that's kind of the reason I
My
left.
poppy wasn't going.
My poppy was not tall. It wasn't anything. It was a seed still. And so I came over here because I figured,
By yourself, or did you have a
by myself,
partner that you?
by myself, I figured that, I could either keep banging my head against a wall here in Australia trying to get opportunities, but I'm competing with like a bunch of people who look and sound like me, or you can go over to America, you can roll the dice over there where you're a bit different. And if you make it there, if you make it here, you kind of also make it in Australia. So you can kind of two for
Yes,
one it.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
why I came
yeah.
over.
Well, I mean, yeah, dude, I feel like that's gone the opposite way for me. I feel like Americans fuck with me a lot more than Australians now.
Hmm.
Like when I came back, I was like a lot of like, oh, go back to America sort of shit. And it was like,
Really?
yeah. And I remember being in America, one of my good friends said to me, he goes, you make it in America, like you'll make it in Australia. And I was like, all right, sick. This was like went the opposite way. Like it was almost like Australia disowned me.
Oh, because
Um,
you weren't being like loyal to our food and our culture. You're
yeah,
going
I'm
over
like,
there.
dude, I'm like an Australian. And mind you, I was, when I was doing reviews and stuff, I was talking shit about both sides. Like the way I say it to everyone, I hate everyone equally. Like I don't, there's no beef here. Like,
Yeah. Oh God, that's so interesting.
yeah,
Hey, I got a final few questions for you. Because
yeah.
you're so big on social media and you got kids, I'm interested to know what you think about Australia banning social media for kids under the age of 16 starting in December?
Um, I think it's great. I think it's good because kids don't know how to utilize social media in the right ways. I feel like social media I don't know. I don't think we should be using social media as like a social platform. I think that's when it's dangerous. For me, it's a business, and I think it's great. I think it's a lot of people will kind of say, this and that, but it's like until you've got kids that are legitimately using social media, then like I've got a daughter who's 17 years old, and I'm just like sometimes I'm like, dude, I wish I could just go in there and just delete the app because you are not using it for the right reasons.
Right.
Um, and so yeah, I mean, I wasn't using it for the right reasons either. Like when I was younger, only just now, because I'm a Snapchat creator, I'm using Snapchat for the right reasons. But 10, 15 years ago, I was using Snapchat to
Go on.
get drugs and stuff. So you know what I mean? Like, so it's like, yeah, kids don't know how to use it for the right reasons because they're not using it as for a business.
See, I will respectfully disagree. Like, I actually think the band is pretty shit because I am a content creator at heart. I think that, when I was growing up in Australia, if social media had been available, I would be on it, using it, trying to grow, trying to create, I don't know, just experimenting basically. And I
To
think,
be honest, I think everything that gets banned in Australia I think it's all shit.
is that right?
I think it's all fucking shit, all our bands. But what can we do? We have so many fucking strict laws. It's so insane.
But do you
Like
think like
it's
the social media ban for Australian kids under 16, that's going to stifle Australian creators when all kids want to do is be creators. Like that's what they want to be when they
yeah,
grow up. So I think that like American kids, they still got it. English kids, they still got kids around the world, they still got social media. They're learning, they're experimenting, they're making mistakes. And if we start learning and making mistakes at age 16 or 17 when you're allowed on, I think that's setting us to a disadvantage, just as downsides, but that's what parents are
yeah.
for.
No, you know what? I agree. I agree in that aspect. I agree.
Okay.
But yeah, I feel like Australia's at a disadvantage anyway because no one here knows how to really. Even if you were a creator here in Australia, there's only so much you will go, so far you will go. Like unless you learn how to market yourself, every agency here sucks. Every management here sucks, and I can say that because I've been through about 5 of them. Until now, I don't. I have my own personal manager who is my ride or die, just has me, and that's it. Um, like I said, I'll go back. People here don't know how to market themselves. So I feel like if you're trying to be a creator, get the fuck out of Australia because Australia is literal trash for it.
Interesting. Are you going to
In all
move?
as
You're going to leave Australia?
no. Um, no, I don't know. If I have the opportunity in, let's say in a year's time, I've got the opportunity to do something really good in California. Yeah, I would love to move to California. I think it's a beautiful spot. I think people need to learn to appreciate it. Like when you go on holidays and you go there for a couple of weeks and you go to the grimiest parts of LA,
Totally.
people are like, oh, I can't stand it there. But like when you go to the outskirts, it's actually a really beautiful place, and the
Agree
people
with
there are
that.
actually really good.
Okay, final question. Tell me about your tattoos. I want to know about your
Oh,
ink. You can tell someone's story through their tats, I think. And you're a heavily
yeah.
tatted guy. So tell me about a couple of your tattoos and what they mean about you, what the story is attached.
Okay, so I don't know. I'll tell you all in all. So I had all my friend was he was an apprentice tattooist once upon a time, and I was heavily into drugs and I wanted to get off drugs and I was going through this kind of transformation of myself a long, long time ago. And I told him, come over my apartment, bring all your gear and I'm talking tattooing
Yeah,
gear.
I was going to say.
And bring all your stuff and just tattoo me straight for a month. Like just tattoo me. and I would come up with all these little quotes that I would find in like a Paulo Coelho book or Alan Watts and stuff like that, and I would write them down myself. So all these like scriptures and stuff that I got all on my arms and chest and stomach and back, it's all been done by me whilst I was very heavily intoxicated. And so I would tell him, just tattoo me like that. And he'd be like, dude, you can't even read some of these words. I'm like, it's fine, just do it. And now I look back on him and it was kind of like, okay, cool. That was a moment in my life where I was kind of like screaming for help. And yeah, there you go.
See, I've just got a taco tattoo on my foot. So
yeah, that's sick. That's sexy.
You know,
What's your favorite taco?
It got to be a street taco. Got to be some sort of taco from like one of those food trucks. There's all these food trucks.
Yeah, but
around.
what's your flavor? Like, what's your favorite meat on a taco?
I'm gonna say carne asada to be mainstream. Like like an El Pastor.
Widest thing I've ever heard.
Is that white thing to say? El Pastor. is that good thing to say?
No, I like that. Al Pastor is good. Al Pastor and carne asada, they're amazing.
Look at your South American coming through just there.
Dude, my parents came to Australia in 1988. I was born in 1992, and they still don't know how to speak fucking English.
Oh, no way.
So I grew up with I grew up speaking Spanish. Like that was my first language at home. So
I love that stubbornness from your parents. Like, nah, we aren't learning shit.
Oh, no, I lie. They still know how to speak English, but they got very thick accents, and I always laugh at them about it and stuff like that. But I think that's why people think I've got an accent, because I'm not like, proper Aussie. Yeah, how you going? Like I don't know how you've maintained your Australian accent. Like, how long have you been in America for?
Like 12 years now.
Dude, I was in LA for 6 months and I came back sounding like I was like Venice Beach. Like,
I kind of work on it. I work on it in the respect that if I catch myself slipping, then I like go home and give myself like 50 lashings. Like I'll be like, no, we don't speak like that.
You turn Bluey on. You turn Bluey and start watching Bluey.
I watch a lot of Bluey. Bluey. Hey, mate, this has been really fun chatting to you. It's like refreshing to meet someone who's like kind of unmanicured, give it to me raw, and like not try to like sugarcoat anything. And I think that's why you're successul. Well, I know it is why.
Thank you, bro.
You're just you, and you're authentic. So I really enjoyed chatting to you about food, why a bunch of people suck, and the like, man. And next time you're out here, we'll have to go grab a al pastor. Al pastor.
Let's do it. It won't be too long till I'm back.
Fantastic, man. Well, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate talking to you.
Thank you, brother. Talk to you soon.
Cheers, mate. Branson. Oh, sorry to wake you up.
I'm stretching here, I'm just tired.
Sorry to wake you up. You're a ring-in for This Week Down Under.
I am so I've never done this before.
Yeah.
I'm always behind the camera over there watching it happen, and I feel like now I have to speak Australian. Is that how you say it?
Hit us with your best Aussie accent.
I'll do my Christina then. Hey, Colin. Colin. Hey, no.
Oh, my
Sorry.
That is hilarious.
That's just what I hear all the time.
That's your best Christina. I'm going to show her that.
No.
That's hilarious.
But I'm in the wrestling scene.
You're a wrestler.
So like there's no burned bridges. I just learned that yesterday. There's
true.
No bridges are burned in the wrestling world.
You want beef.
Yes,
is good.
Beef is good. I'm a heel.
You're the heel.
Baby face heel.
And this is a good time to mention Branson's Inside the Ring podcast is absolutely killing it.
It's been a blessing. I mean, I didn't think that this would even happen, but these wrestlers come on, they say all these things, and they go freaking crazy.
Bring out the belt. Bring out the belt.
Oh man, I hate to do this.
Championship belt. Oh, this is heavy, Branson.
It's heavy. Made by former TMZ employee Dax.
Wow. See, look at this side by side. Season 1 ending.
Right here.
And Branson's podcast is like
right here.
Oh, look at that.
Well, let's get into the Australian news. I know this thing. I'm tired of wrestling.
You're tired of wrestling. We've got some good Australian wrestlers actually. Had him on the show.
Grayson Waller, yes.
I gotta tell you about Matthew McConaughey, because he spent a year down under, and he said it changed his life. So he lived somewhere in New South Wales, which is kind of like around Sydney.
The only city I know is Sydney.
Yeah,
in Australia.
What about Melbourne? You know Melbourne?
I do now. I learned it from you.
You didn't know Melbourne?
So the reason I even knew Sydney was because of Finding Nemo when they're like P. Sherman, Wallaby Boy, Sydney. Do you remember that?
Yeah, Wallaby Boy.
Yeah, exactly. Like they find the goggles and everything. That's
Right.
how I always knew about it.
What about, do you know, you've been sitting there for 30 episodes of Big Down Under.
Yes.
Do you know the capital of Australia?
Shoot. It's not. I know it's not Melbourne. It's starts with a W, right? No, M. It starts with an M.
Nah.
Aren't you from the capital?
Yep.
Oh man.
I wear the t-shirt sometimes, says it. Yeah.
Can you give me a hint? What does
That's
it
with
rhyme
a
with?
C.
Con.
That's the start of it. Not like the movie place, but that's the start of it is can or can.
Camera. No. Can't.
It starts with a B. C-A-N.
Canberra.
There we go.
That's right. Okay, there we go. I've heard it many
there.
times. I have.
Anyway.
But yeah, so North Wales. I mean,
No, New South Wales.
Oh,
not North Wales.
No, New South Wales. So is that like the place to be?
That's
like
a state. That's a state, and Sydney's the capital of that state. So anyway,
what's different about there than Sydney? What is it,
it's just like Sacramento is the capital of California.
Sacramento's terrible.
Yeah, I know.
I grew up near Sacramento.
So Matthew McConaughey went to Australia when he was 18 years old, and he became a bank teller and a legal assistant. He said that no girls liked him. He said he went there and the girls didn't like him, even though he got voted most handsome at his Texas school. He went to Australia and none of them were in it.
What? Really?
No one.
He's like all-American too.
He said none of the chicks were digging me.
Did he use his famous line where he said, "I keep getting older and all the chicks stay the same age"?
Firstly, incredible impression. Incredible impression. Can you hit me with an all right?
All right.
He's pretty good at it, Matthew McConaughey.
Thank you.
Can you give me Matthew McConaughey trying to hit on an Aussie girl at a bar?
Shoot, is this going to be Interstellar Matthew McConaughey or Wolf of Wall Street? Oh yeah, when he's like, how many times do you jack off every day? How many times?
That was your pickup line?
Yeah. That was your pickup line? Maybe. It's not mine, but I'm just saying, that's all I remember.
Hey, credit.
But hey,
that's really good.
Wales, I would love to go out to Australia, but I'm afraid of flying. And I've always thought it's just so far away. I just went on Soaring Over the World at Disneyland, and they go to Sydney, and it's just so far away.
What happened at Disney? You went on Soaring.
They have a ride called Soaring Over the World. Have you been on it?
And the ride took too long that you were like, I'm out from the real deal.
No, it's just like every time I see it, I think, gosh, dude, it takes you 20 hours to fly there?
It's a long, long way.
Yeah, and I can barely do an hour flight to LA or to San Francisco. So
yeah, maybe season 2 Big Down Under will fly out to Australia.
Yes. Yeah. No. Can you imagine Today Show with Dickie?
With Dickie.
Dickie.
You love Richard Wilkins.
I do. I follow him all the time.
I love Richard Wilkins.
I love him.
Also, we're going to do a little shark attack story.
Okay. I saw this.
A lot of shark attacks happening in Australia.
Yeah. Sydney, right?
In Sydney. Yeah. It's happening over here a little bit too. Do you fear sharks when you get into the water here?
Yeah. So fun fact, I used to be an actor here in LA.
No way.
And I was in a Reels history documentary reenactment called Shark Terror: The Real Jaws. It's the story of the real Jaws story and how it began and how that became a movie.
Jaws was
based on a true story. So
way.
I was the lifeguard of that true story, and this guy's in the waters in 1906 or whatever, and I wore a leotard and everything. It was a crazy video. And I go out to the ocean and I saved this guy who's getting his legs cut off by a shark. And ever since then, and I filmed that in San Francisco in the Bay.
Yeah.
And I don't mess around. No, I don't go surfing. I don't touch any of it.
That's why you don't go surfing? Because of sharks?
No, it's because it happens more often than you think.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't hear about them all, but there's touch-ups, rub acrosses, all of it. You know what I mean?
Like, what are you talking about?
Like, the sharks rubbing against the leg and everything. Yeah.
Why aren't you still an actor? You could do acting while still working here.
I'm in SAG. I'm a SAG actor. I have my SAG card. But I did a commercial, and that was like my last thing in acting because they kind of screwed me on the royalties deal with that.
I mean, is acting part of the reason you got your nice new hair?
Yes. Well, I was doing the news here, the reporting news. My hairline got a little too far back to the middle. And I thought, once it goes to that line, George Costanza says it, once the army retreats past the line, there's no going back.
You have quoted George Costanza twice in the last hour.
I watch Seinfeld every night before I go to bed. I eat food in bed because of that too.
Because George eats food in bed?
Yeah, he loves to eat food in bed.
Is George Costanza like your idol and who you want to be?
No, seriously, I love Larry David, and the character's what's the word? It's based off of Larry David.
Yes.
And I just think he's great, and everything he does is just, I feel like he's my spirit animal. Like everything he does, it's me.
Do you know that I have kissed Jason Alexander on the old head twice?
Yes. I remember I saw that when I first met you and you told me that. I looked up the video and I told my dad, I told my mom, I sent the video to everybody. And John Voight.
And John Voight.
The pen.
Bit of pencil for me, like from Seinfeld. You're right. Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't keep your bald head if George is bald.
I know, but like, I can't get a girl being bald unless I go full on. Like for me, if I'm gonna go bald, it has to be like Lex Luthor bald, like villain, you know. And I feel like that might help me in Hollywood.
But then you have to buff up a little bit.
Yeah, that's the thing, and I'm right now. I'm just skinny fat, and I'm working on it. On it. You know, I don't eat breakfast or lunch. I did have 6 slices of pizza yesterday, but yeah.
Wow. Well, good luck on your health journey.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining me on This Week Down Under.
Yeah, it was fun. And we'll be back here soon.
We'll be back soon. Thank you guys for joining for the past few months. I don't know how long it's been. 6 months? 6 months probably?
Yeah, it's been a while. Since Wild was here.
Since the old producer.
Yeah, exactly.
But we'll see you guys soon. Thanks for joining us. Many blessings.
Bye.